folks, welcome back to another lesson. These lovely humans decided that this one would be an apt winner for last month's Patreon poll, so you have them to thank for it. And I thank them too because this is a brilliant tune. I thought this was in some weird open tuning, but it's not. It's in standard tuning, but Dean DeLeo's use of inversions never ceases to amaze because the chords sound absolutely huge. But part of that is the tone. So we're going to be using the Friedman BOD. So meaty, but I've got the there's a tight control on it, and I've turned that right the way around. Haven't really used that much, but it gives a real fatness to the sound. Also using the Julia chorus from Walrus Effects, and I've got it on an ever so subtle setting. Sounds like this. Without, with. Because Dean's a bit of a master at the subtlety of chorus. I might have gone too subtle, but that just adds a little bit of thickness and warmth. And I'm also using the cloak for reverb. I tend to use this in like all my videos now. It's brilliant. Without it, it sounds like this. And with it, just adds a little something. So let's crack on and learn this thing, shall we? So once round the verse riff, sounds like this. And back around. So the first chord is so meaty, but it's just a D power chord with an A in the bass. So you've got 5, 5, 7, 7. You hit that twice. Then you've got this part. And to do that, all you need to do is take your little finger off, or your third finger if you're using that for the chord. And then I use my third finger on the 6th fret on the D. And you're going to do a pull-off. And a slide from the 5th fret down to the 3rd, okay? So then a pull off from the 5th fret to the 3rd, and this is all on the A and D string now. And then you're going to play the 5th fret on the E and A for the last part of the phrase, right? So then you repeat the last half of that phrase. Okay, so you do that twice. But then you go back into that. But the beats have been displaced slightly, right? Because he's coming in earlier with that the second time, okay? That first half again, slowly. Next part is a variation on the theme. You're going to play and then back around into that part again. So the second half those two parts are identical. You're just doing you're just hanging on the 5th fret there, right? On the A and the D. And again. And then back to how you played it the first time. Alright, so the whole thing slowly. So cool, man. Next riff is awesome as well. Goes like this. around like that. So the first chord is a B sus2 with F sharp in the bass, and your first finger needs to be flat across all the strings on the 2nd fret, right? And then you just add your 3rd and your 4th finger to the 4th frets on the D and the G, and play the whole thing. So the rhythm is, and then you go to a G chord with that rhythm. Okay, so slowly. Again, one more time. And then you go to an E chord and play this rhythm. And around. And coming out of that, you play this. So you're going to fret the 4th frets on the A and the D, and then your first finger is going to be off and on the E, on the 0 and the 2, right? So you're going to play. Okay, so you play 1 open and then 2 on. And then 1 off at the end. But the first and the last 2 are unmuted and the rest are palm muted. So you're going to play. And coming out of it, no palm muting, and you play this. And then you're back into that first riff. So you play the phrase, count that as 1, you play 5 of those, and then you slide up to the 5th fret and for 1 8th note, and then you go into back into that. Okay, so again. The bridge part is awesome, goes like this. And that's once round, okay? So you're going to play 7/9 on the lower E and A. Slide your first finger down 1 fret, so up to the 6th. And do the same from the A, right? The 5th fret down to the 4th. Alright. And then you've got this. A slide from the 3rd to the 5th, back to the 3rd. Little rest there. And then you play more of a full chord with. And for me, it's easier to play the E chord like that. So you just take your, I'm just taking my first finger off and sliding the whole thing down, right? And that rhythm slowly. Just like that, okay? And you play that round twice. And that's the whole thing. So once round slowly. I think there's some slide guitar over the top as well, which is probably, just playing something along those lines. But the only other part is towards the end, you have this. It goes into that, right? So it's the same part as we played before, but you just do one lot of palm muting, and then the second time I think it just plays it without the palm muting. And then for the ending, you just play once round the riff. quite challenging to work out, but I think we got there in the end. So thank you, patrons, for that, and for all your support as well. Everyone else, hope you enjoyed this too. See you later. Bye bye.